time to get the biggest stories of the day for you. Let me tell you what is the top focus at 5. Special discussion honoring Shubhanshu Shukla in Lok Sabha was disrupted by the opposition that demanded SIR discussion. BJP hits back, asks why Sali Samman for Shubhanshu Shukla. Is the opposition indulging in Gagan Yatri Virod in the name of Modi Virod? That's the debate this evening. Next, in Deep Dive, we will decode the much-anticipated Trump-Zelensky meet tonight. What Russia wants, how far is Ukraine willing to go, and who will blink first. Later in Janata's Take, Supreme Court's concerns over plight of commuters citing poor condition of roads has sparked a debate. We asked the Janata, should you pay toll for bad roads? We'll tell you how you've responded to that question. Now let's get you all the stories in detail. India's pride, Shubhanshu Shukla, returned home yesterday after scripting history by becoming the first Indian to visit the International Space Station. Shubhanshu Shukla, Shuks as he is fondly known, was greeted by a large crowd which kept chanting his name. Today he will be meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which is scheduled any time now. While the entire nation is celebrating Shuks' homecoming, the Congress party has decided to not join in. A special TR session was planned in Lok Sabha from 2 to 5 p.m. to honor Shubhanshu Shukla's achievements. But the House was disrupted and forced to adjourn in half an hour after opposition MPs led by the Congress created Ruckus demanding a discussion on SIR. Even as Union Minister Jitendra Singh, who welcomed Shubhanshu Shukla at Delhi airport, was speaking, the opposition kept chanting SIR and disrupted the proceedings, disrupted the special discussion. Their behavior was condemned by the minister, who asked why are they expressing their anger against the astronaut, who's also a defense personnel. Why is the opposition angry? नाराज क्यों हैं शुभांशु शुक्ला से?
आपकी नाराजगी सरकार के साथ हो सकती है, आपकी नाराजगी भारतीय जनता पार्टी और एनडीए के साथ हो सकती है, परंतु हैरत है आपकी नाराजगी एक अंतरिक्ष यात्री, एक गगन यात्री के साथ भी हो सकती है। उसका ताल्लुक न किसी राजनीतिक दल से है, न किसी राजनीतिक पार्टी के साथ। आप धरती से भी नाराज हैं, आप आकाश से भी नाराज हैं और आज आप अंतरिक्ष से भी नाराज दिखते हैं।
In Lok Sabha, the discussion on Shubhanshu Shukla had to take place, will be taking place about India's space mission and his feat to the space. But the opposition parties are boycotting it. What exactly is the reason?
We are very clear that for 15 days we are demanding for a discussion on to save democracy. The way the election commission was used to manipulate the elections in 2024. And in Bihar, there is SIR where the manipulation has taken place on the elections. We are demanding for that discussion to happen, but government is not ready for that discussion, and government will brings many things to divert from the real issue of saving the democracy in India itself.
Even as the opposition disrupted the House and snubbed the special session, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor penned a special message for Shubhanshu, hailing him for his achievements. Tharoor took a veiled dig at his party and others in the opposition as well, saying, given the opposition has decided to boycott the special session, he wishes to express his admiration for Shubhanshu Shukla. We have some breaking inputs coming in as well on the broadcast. Government goes after the opposition for disrupting the House during special discussion on Shubhanshu Shukla on the historic milestone that he has achieved. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju has called the behavior of the opposition shameful. Mr. Rijiju said tomorrow also a session has been called for and they should not behave like this. Let's open this up. Let's go across to our guests. We have Anila Singh, spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Manasvi Thapar, lawyer and political analyst on the broadcast. Good evening to both of you. Mr. Thapar, the question that BJP is asking, couldn't the opposition have spared just a couple of hours from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. for this special discussion to honor Shubhanshu Shukla? क्या opposition गगन यात्री से भी नाराज है?
आई थिंक जो सरकार में उनको समझना चाहिए कि SIR के लिए भी इम्पोर्टेंट डिस्कशन, अगर उनको लगता है SIR नहीं इम्पोर्टेंट तो वो बोल दे कि SIR का हम डिस्कशन नहीं करेंगे। एक बार ना एक एजेंडा बना देना चाहिए और सेशंस को बढ़ा देना चाहिए। शुभांशु शुक्ला बहुत हमारे देश के इंपॉर्टेंट व्यक्ति हैं, जिन्होंने इतना बड़ा गगन यात्री हैं, इतने इंपॉर्टेंट हैं, हम लोग उन सबकी उसकी रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं। पर सवाल ये होता है कि उनके लिए आप पूरा दिन दीजिए और साथ में एसआईआर के लिए आप बता दीजिए कि आप कौन सा दिन दे रहे हैं। आप ये मत बताइए कि आप कितने घंटे दे रहे हैं, एक दिन एलोकेट कर दीजिए कि एसआईआर का हम डिस्कशन करेंगे। उसके दिन के लिए हम कभी भी डिबेट नहीं कर पा रहे कि ये एलोकेटेड दिन एसआईआर के ऊपर है। शुभांशु शुक्ला के लिए आज का, कल का, परसों का, आपको जितने दिन देने आप लगातार दे दीजिए। पर सवाल ये है कि एसआईआर के ऊपर अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट भी सवाल उठाती है, पूरा विपक्ष सवाल उठा रहा है, तो उसके लिए हम क्यों नहीं एक दिन एलोकेट कर पा रहे?
All right, got your point,
सरकार को करना है।
Got your point, Manasvi. The opposition has been inside and outside the house protesting. Rahul Gandhi is carrying out a yatra in Bihar. But why is the opposition mixing these two things?
And there is no mix-up. Opposition's question is very simple. Allocate a day for us to discuss SIR. Why does the people in power need a shield of a great group captain Subhanshu Shukla? They don't need Subhanshu Shukla. They are the largest political party of the world, the richest political party of the world. Why do they need a shield to say that hum log anti-space ho rahe hain? Opposition is becoming anti-space. That is not the idea of a democracy. You can't become anti-Pakistan. You can't become anti-America, anti-Russia, anywhere. Opposition is pro-country, asking a question on SIR, allocate a time for discussion of SIR.
So, in short, the opposition is saying that if you cannot have a discussion, or till the time you have a discussion on SIR, we won't allow for any other discussion to take place. Let me bring in Anila Singh. Let me bring in Anila Singh and I'll come back to you.
That is what the narrative is being said, but that is not the truth.
But that is what was witnessed in the House today. I'll come back to you, Manasvi. Please stay on with us. Anila Singh, Manasvi Thapar and others, we heard the opposition today. One, they are saying this is a diversionary tactic of the government. Two, they are saying you're using Shubhanshu Shukla as an excuse, as a shield just to run away from the SIR discussion.
My Ram Ram to all, and definitely present government doesn't require any sort of shield. People love them. That is why they are in power in third time. And this should be very well understood by the opposition. But they are failing to understand this thing, that people of this great country, they are with NDA government, and which is being headed by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And secondly, if they want to discuss about SIR, who is stopping them? Go ahead, question Election Commission. Why are you disrupting parliamentary procedures? Why are you not happy when we talk about group captain Subhanshu Shukla's achievement and the achievement?
But they are saying you are not allowing. But they are saying you are not allowing a discussion to happen in the House.
Why? I mean, we are saying that we are not going to discuss anything about it, and we are just going to discuss about Subhanshu Shukla ji. Group captain Subhanshu Shukla. Of course not. They must listen. Swati, this is so clear. And they are so confused, people. If we talk about Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla and his achievement under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji, because he is the Prime Minister, and under him, the way space programs have taken the speed, it is a historical in itself. Okay, so if we talk about the army, or if we talk about the Election Commission, do you think that they are going to take directions from any of the political party? Of course not. If they have got the problem from SIR, they can very well approach to Election Commission. Okay. Election Commission always gives them time and date. Mr. Rahul Gandhi can go ahead and explain himself with the opposition party with all facts and figures. But let me tell you about the achievements of Narendra Modi ji, right from the Chandrayaan to Group Captain Shukla being the first astronaut going ahead and doing the program in the International Space Mission there. So perhaps this is not being well digested by the opposition. That is why they are saying we are not going to appreciate Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla. Talk us about SIR.
Okay, take a counter from Mr. Thapar. Take a counter from Manasvi Thapar. Manasvi Thapar, perhaps the opposition does not want to hear that it happened under the Modi regime. And just to oppose that, you're opposing Gagan Yatri. That's the allegation.
No, that they can put any allegations. I don't think any opposition party would do that. It does not matter who the people in power or in opposition is. It's about the total collective will of our country. India is rising ahead. India is rising in space, and that's a congratulation thing for India. No prime minister or no space department would be a political department. When you are a prime minister or when you are a space department, department ISRO head. You're not a political figure. ISRO has been started since Jawaharlal Nehru, though that does not mean we have to give all the credits to Jawaharlal Nehru. It's the entire scientists of our nation who have done that. So we have to congratulate everyone.
Precisely my point. Precisely my point. Shubhanshu Shukla is not a political figure. He's a defense personnel who's achieved this milestone of being the first astronaut, first Indian astronaut to go on the International Space Station and to carry out the experiments. And it has been a tradition to discuss these things of national importance every time India has achieved such a milestone in various fields.
Swati, you'll have to allow me uninterrupted time when I make my statement. So what I'm trying to say is, it is not about Subhanshu Shukla. It is about SIR. When the opposition asked the government for time for immediate discussion, debate on SIR, they refused that. The problem is on the refusal on SIR. When the people in power are not granting people in opposition on a debate on SIR, that is where the problem would come in. The question comes in the mind would be, the question should have been, why are you refusing a debate on SIR and you want to divert it to election commission? Before election commission comes the voice of people, which is the parliament. If discussion on parliament on the voice of people is not heard, where would the
But hasn't that been the narrative of the opposition, that we are questioning the election commission? Why is the BJP trying to save it? Now the BJP is saying, you have a fight with the election commission, raise it with the election commission, go to the courts where the courts are hearing the matter.
So are we saying that we should not have a discussion of SIR on in the parliament? Are we going to say that people's discussion, voice of people should not be heard from the opposition in parliament? Are we going to go to that level of democracy?
Absolutely not.
Every time,
but are we going to go to that level of democracy where we don't allow discussion on anything else but what the opposition wants?
No, that should not be the case. But the agenda has to be set by the people in power. So let us set an agenda that SIR should be given a date. Subhanshu Shukla should be given a date. Why don't we keep everything in parity? Let's discuss everything. Why do we have short number of period of discussions? Let's stretch the parliament. Let's have a proper discussion. Why do we have, if there is an adjournment, there are Senate adjournment, that should be stopped. Why is the parliamentary
But today, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? The special discussion could not happen for more than half an hour because there was constant non-stop sloganeering. But let me bring in Anila Singh on the allegations that you've leveled. The people in power do not want to settle the issue. They do not want to have a discussion on SIR, not on the election commission, but the process, the SIR, Anila Singh. That's the charge of the opposition.
The reality is they are not able to digest Chandrayaan 3 happening. Aditya L1 solar mission happening, SpaceX happening. They are not able to digest that how human space flight initiatives and astronaut missions have been taken under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji. Public-private partnership, which was just little more than 55 years ago, and now it is touching 350. They are not able to digest that. And they have not been able to appreciate that enhanced launch capacity of satellite services. They are not able to digest that. So, and the strategic and diplomatic space initiatives which have been taken under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji, they are not able to digest that. So the thing is, they are not able to digest the overall development of these space programs under Narendra Modi ji. That is why they are not appreciating Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla's effort or whatever he did it. It is remarkable, historical. And if they want to discuss about SIR, they can do so, but who is stopping you to appreciate Subhanshu Shukla ji? What is the problem here? When Pahalgam happens and when the member of parliaments from different political parties, they visit different countries to put their front in front of different diplomats of different countries, they have got the huge problem. Okay. They have got the problem when Shashi Tharoor tweets and he appreciates Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla. So what is the problem?
Okay, what is the problem? Manasvi, Shashi Tharoor once again today kept politics aside. He put out a post saying, given that the opposition is not going to participate in the discussion, he would at least like to extend his best wishes for Shubhanshu Shukla. And, in those tweets, he's also spoken about how India is going to ultimately benefit from this, given that we are already preparing for Gagan Yatra.
Swati, the problem here, what lies here is that the people in power wants the narrative or the questioning of the opposition to be decided by them only. Now we have come to a conclusion wherein BJP will decide what questions the opposition should ask. This is how the democracy they want to function on. And they want to have a shield of great leaders, I would say, like Shubhanshu Shukla. And on defense leaders, they want to say these people are, opposition is anti-national, anti-defense. Now new term, anti-space. So the reality is, SIR ki baat jayegi bhaad mein, but let's talk about getting a shield from Subhanshu Shukla. So
he's talking about an Indian astronaut going to the International Space Station, conducting experiments that will help us in our next mission in exploring space. Is that political?
No, so Swati, what is political is not allowing opposition the time to debate for SIR. That is political.
So
there is no doubt about the greatness of Subhanshu Shukla.
Then why not allow just a couple of hours?
Who's allowing? Who will allow? The people in power. So do you think that...
I am talking about a discussion on Subhanshu Shukla from 2 to 5. The opposition did not allow that to happen.
Do you think the opposition is so powerful that they can not allow? They can't even win election. The reality is BJP is
they can't even win election.
Yeah, the BJP is the most powerful.
How has the opposition? How has the Congress won in Karnataka there?
They can be fearful of Congress or opposition. No.
Manasvi, how has the opposition won? How has DMK won in Tamil Nadu? How has Congress won in Karnataka and Telangana if they can't even win elections? But I'm not... No, 1 second. Manasvi, I don't know if you saw today's proceedings on the special discussion. There was constant sloganeering. One couldn't hear a word that the minister or the speaker was saying. Also, the speaker continuously urging the members to participate in a discussion and rise above political lines.
Yeah, so we didn't even hear that also when the opposition was making a statement that let's have a discussion, a simple discussion on SIR. That was not even allowed. The problem when it comes out is, Swati, we have to come. Do we want a discussion on SIR or not? Or do we want to give the people in power a freeway? Aap SIR karo, aapko jo karna hai aap karo, let's not have a discussion. Do we want to have...
Anila Singh, respond before I wrap up. Okay, Anila Singh.
See, when the opposition doesn't have any vision, no agenda, wasting time becomes their only mission. This is what opposition is doing in the parliament. All right. And yes, I will say, like just now, Manasvi said that how Congress is going to win the elections if SIR is not going to be discussed or the corrected. Let me tell you that when Congress party wins the election, whether we talk about the Himachal or the Karnataka or the Chhattisgarh or any of the states where they win the election, they say, okay, EVM is working fine and there is no problem.
Swati, allow me 30 seconds.
And when they know that they are going to get defeated or whenever they get defeated, they start pinpointing, "Arey EVM mein to kuch gadbad thi." Election to
No, Manasvi, I'm completely out of time. I'm completely out of time. Whether or not Subhanshu Shukla is being used as a shield or an excuse, that the Janata will decide. We've all seen what the proceeding was about today, and the historic milestone of Shubhanshu Shukla is also in front of the entire nation. Thank you very much, Anila Singh and Manasvi Thapar. Thank you for joining us on the broadcast. Shifting our focus now to the other big story that the world is continuously monitoring and tracking. It's a big day in Washington after President Donald Trump's high-stakes meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska.